Hello everyone, welcome to or back to my channel. Please subscribe if you're new so you can be up to date with all the videos that I am sharing with you. Today is a pose that you can do when you have nausea and headaches. So you don't have to have both at the same time, but if you're nauseous, you can come to this position. If you have a headache, this is a great place to come. And we're all gonna have a different setup. So I'm gonna show you a couple different ways. You need a chair. It doesn't have to be a yoga chair. You can use any chair, and in fact, even the edge of a couch would do. And then I've got a bolster here in case I need it and a couple of blankets. And I'm just gonna start by putting a blanket on the chair seat to make it more comfortable for myself. So blanket on the chair seat, and then I'm gonna sit actually on this bolster to start. So we're taking a simple cross-legged position, and the cross legs are the seat is very simple. So I'm not asking you to pull your feet in and do anything fancy. I just want you to do that simple cross-legged seat, as my niece calls it, crisscross applesauce. So if you have kids, I'm sure you've heard that. And then I'm gonna take this chair in. And I can already tell that I'm seated a little bit higher than the elevation of the chair. If I come forward, I have to bend forward quite a bit to rest my head. So I'm going to take a couple of blankets. Notice I'm raising the elevation of the chair seat. And if your personality is someone who likes to do things, to really get into it and do it your best and do kind of the hardest version of anything that you do, I have moments like that in my life. I want you to forget that right now, because this is for support. This is to help give you therapeutic support when you're dealing with chemotherapy or radiation, things that can make you feel nauseous, and also things that give you headaches. A lot of the drugs that I've had to take have caused me to have headaches. And of course, radiation to my brain several times has caused me to have periods of time following radiation where I have intense headaches. And so when we're motivated and want to do our best, our tendency is to want to reach this chair as far away and bend forward to get a stretch in the hips. This is not about stretching the hips though. So I want you to take the legs of the chair that you're using so that the legs just barely come in contact with either your feet or your shins. And then you have a very close way to travel. So I'm going to rest the space between my brow onto these blankets. And I want you to first take a moment and relax. I want you to bring your awareness to your belly. And oftentimes when we're not feeling well, I'm going to adjust these blankets back just a little bit. Oftentimes when we're not feeling well, we can have a lot of tension in our belly. I want you to just relax and let the belly flow in and out with your breath. The breath moves through your nose. And then I want you to bring your awareness to the space between your eyebrows, the space that's in contact with the blankets. You're not pressing the blankets, but you're allowing your head to rest and then to become heavier and heavier as you stay. Relax any gripping in your pelvis, tension in your thighs. And again, move back to that belly space and see if you can soften any amount. And then I want you to bring your awareness to the back of your neck, both sides of your neck that run along your spine. And see if you can tilt your head, barely moving it in such a way that both sides of your neck get a little bit longer and a little bit softer. And I find that when I can separate my teeth and soften my lower jaw, relax my tongue, that the back of my neck follows suit of that surrender and becomes softer. See if you can find that essence. And the softness in your belly matches the softness in the back of your neck. And those of you who get headaches, or if you have radiation to your brain, resting your head in this way and softening the back of your neck can bring tremendous relief to your being. You can stay here for a few minutes. You can even rest here for a little bit longer if it's comfortable for you. Bring your awareness to your belly again and soften, especially the lower abdomen. And then very slowly, with your hands on the chair seat, I like to keep my eyes closed. So you can press yourself up with your eyes closed. Simply change the cross of the legs. You can look at the video if you need to see this, and then go back with closed eyes. And then fold forward again, just resting that same spot. I like to have my arms above my head, but if that's not nice for your shoulders, you can rest them on the front bar of the chair. Or if you don't have a front bar, you can rest them on the floor. But even as we moved into this new side, we have to start our awareness from the beginning, becoming aware of the belly, lower abdomen, releasing the tension that so many of us hold throughout the day. Being in a journey or on a journey with cancer can be very tense, and we can unconsciously adopt tension that stays and doesn't release. So using a pose that is simple, where we can have the opportunity to bring the awareness to softening and surrendering that tension, can help us greatly as we navigate our circumstance. And it can be so simple as when you're waiting for your doctor at a doctor's appointment, and you're anticipating what is about to happen. There can be tension that comes in the neck, tension that comes in the belly, in the heart. And if we can practice here how to soften that tension, we can learn how to soften the grips of our anxiety or our worry, anticipation. Then maybe, just maybe, when you're sitting in the waiting room and you find, oh my gosh, I have tension everywhere, that you know you've practiced enough that you know how to soften and surrender, how to calm the mind. The body unconsciously, subconsciously responds. But our mind is the leader. And we must remember that when we are navigating these rough waters. It is not the body's job to feel all the feels. It is the mind that can help the body understand that the calmer we are, and the more that we can surrender to the present moment, the less suffering we might endure. Now, very slowly, I want you to take your hands to the chair seat and press yourself up. And place your hands on your thighs and feel this coolness that comes to the front of the brain. It almost feels like a fan is blowing right in between your eyebrows on a light speed. And that coolness helps to calm the brain, helps to calm the back of the neck. And see if, as you sit here and allow yourself to receive, even though you're not still in the pose, you're receiving all the benefits of this pose and all who've done it before you. Can you soften your belly? And very slowly begin to open your eyes. Bring yourself back into the room. And tune in to the subtle differences that you may feel from doing this one very powerful and simple pose. I hope that helped you. Thank you for tuning in today, and I will see you next week. Have a lovely rest of your day. Namaskar.